Lord Chancellor's Nightmare. When you're lying awake with a dismal headache and repose is tabooed by anxiety, I conceive you may use any language you choose to indulge in without impropriety. For your brain is on fire, the bedclothes conspire, of usual slumber to plunder you. For your counterpane goes and uncovers your toes and your sleep system merely from under you. Then the blanketing tickles, you feel like mixed pickles, so terribly sharp is the pricking. And you're hot and you're cross and you tumble and toss, there's nothing twixt you and the ticking. And the bedclothes all creep to the ground in a heap, and you pick 'em all up in a tangle. Next your pillow resigns and politely declines to remain at its usual angle. When you get some repose in the form of a doze with hot eyeballs and head over aching, your slumbering teens with such horrible dreams you'd very much better be waking. For your dreams you are crossing the channel and tossing about in a steamer from Harwich, which is something between a large bathing machine and a very small second-class carriage. And bound on that journey you find your attorney who started this morning from Devon. He's a bit undersized and you don't feel surprised when he tells you he's only 11. While you're driving like mad with the singular, lied by and by the ship's now a four-wheeler. And you're playing route games and he calls you bad names when you tell him the ties pay the dealer. But this you can't stand, so you throw up your hand and you find you're as cold as an icicle. And your shirt and your socks with black silk and gold clocks crossing Salisbury's. And your shirt and your socks with black silk and gold clocks crossing Salisbury playing on a bicycle. And he and the crew are on bicycles too, which they somehow or other invested in. And he's telling the lads that are properly clad of a company he's interested in. It's a scheme of devices to get at low prices, all good from cosmetics to cables, which tickled the sailors by treating retailers as though they were all vegetables. You get a good spadesman to plan a small tradesman to first take off his boots with the boot tree, and his legs will take root, and his fingers will shoot, and they'll blossom and bud like a fruit tree. From the greengrocer tree you get grapes and green peas, cauliflower, pineapples, and cranberries, while the pastry cook plant cherry brandy will grant apple puffs and tree corners and cranberries, and shares are a penny, and ever so many are taken by Rothschild and Baring. And just as a few are allotted to you, you awake with a shudder despairing. You're a regular neck with a crick in your neck, no wonder you snore, for your head's on the floor, your needles and pins with your soles and your needles and pins from your soles to your shins, and your flesh is a creep, for your left leg is asleep, you've cramped in your toes and a fly up your nose, and some huff in your lungs and a feverish tongue, and a thirst that's intense in a general sense, that you haven't been sleeping in clover. But the darkness has passed and it's daylight at last, the night has been long, ditto ditto my song, and thank goodness that both of them over.